Bama loses a heartbreaker to Oklahoma. And I'm going to talk about what I thought and why this could be a good thing for this Crimson Tide football team as they have 2 games remaining and one epic showdown against their arch rival for a chance to go to the college football playoff, to the SEC championship. So let's get into that right here on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel, brought to you by Pearl River Resort. And I want to tell you that D. Snyder, from Twisted Sister, is going to be at Pearl River Resort in December. We'll get into that as well. Like, subscribe, thumbs up, hit the bell. Let's get this show started. Let's talk a little bit of Alabama football. And, hey, keep your head up. Still, everything's out there to play for. Say it again. Let's go. Thanks, everybody. Mick Gillespie, thanks for hanging out with us here on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. Appreciate all of you guys that tuned in last night to Next Round for the post-game show. As you probably felt the same way I did, I wasn't enamored with some of the things in the game, and Alabama lost 23-21 to Oklahoma, which has been a thorn in the Crimson Tide side, for a long time. Bama's beat them in some big games, but they've never beaten Oklahoma in the regular season, something that they're going to have to eventually figure out how to do because they're going to play them now as a conference opponent a lot as things continue in the SEC. All right, let's get into this game. First off, turnovers lose football games, and they clearly lost the game because of turnovers, because Oklahoma's offense was not good. But they really haven't been. And eventually, Oklahoma won't get a pick six, and they'll lose, or a fumble recovery, and they'll lose. But it was going to take a smart game to win against Oklahoma. And the sad part about it for Alabama is that's all they've done this year. They've played such smart football, so disciplined. They haven't had these turnovers. Ty had thrown one interception, and it was almost like a punt. This one was bad. He had another one that was erased because of a penalty. Obviously the fumbled punt. Bama did everything they could possibly do to lose the football game. And turnovers are at the top of the list. You just don't win a lot of football games when you turn the ball over. And when you look back at Alabama, even with Coach Saban, you can go back as far as you want. How many times did they not win because they turned the football over? And so crucial, pivotal turnovers. There were some sacks in there. You knew Oklahoma was going to get some sacks. They have one of the best defensive lines in college football. That's the strength of their team. And Bama just couldn't get their own turnover. That's what they've done all year. Bama's had some big turnovers in this game, in this season. And they've set them up. South Carolina, Tennessee, LSU, they've had some huge turnovers, and Oklahoma was smart. They let Alabama beat themselves, and that's what happened in this football game. And I see where people were like, well, the better team won. Yeah, the team that played more discipline won. But I don't look at Oklahoma and think this team could win anything. They have such an anemic offense, but they're smart, right? Their defense is going to keep them in the game. And if Alabama had played like they had all year, they would have won the football game, because that's how Alabama's played too, just with a better offense. Second thing I wanted to talk about was, and I got 5 of these, don't underestimate the power of a bad kicker. Connor Talty's just not that good. And it could be the combo of the snapper, the holder, and Connor Talty. But when you're the kicker, the pressure is on you to get that kick up and through. This is the first time that Bama hasn't had a legitimate star at the kicker position. We knew this, though. Going into the spring game, we were wondering what we were looking at in the kicker spot. And it was a question mark. And the sad part about question marks is that they normally get answered just like that. And not the answer that you wanted. I don't know that Connor Tolte can't turn it around, and I certainly hope that he does, because you got one game and then you got the Iron Bowl. And this Iron Bowl has enormous ramifications. Bama wins, and they go to the postseason. Auburn's playing for pride. They haven't beat Alabama in a long time. And they're also trying to play to keep their coach there, right? The interim coach. So this is a massive game for Auburn. They win this game, and who knows what could happen. I don't know that Auburn's not going to hire John Summerall. You hear his name out there, I think they'll go after a head coach, but you never know. Auburn always plays Alabama tough, and Alabama's got to be ready because this game matters. And the stakes couldn't be higher for Alabama, and nothing would make Auburn fans happier than Alabama to blow this with losses to Oklahoma and Auburn to finish the season. And then all of a sudden you go from playing in Atlanta against Texas A&M to playing in like the Cheez-It Bowl somewhere and a Pop-Tart Bowl. I don't know that Alabama will make the college football playoff if they lose to Auburn. I think Alabama needs to attack more. It feels like they throw the ball a lot, but it doesn't feel like they attack a lot. And that starts with Ty Simpson. I'd like to see them become a little more balanced with the run game. I thought the run game was better with Daniel Hill against Oklahoma. We know that this team can impose will on the opposition. We've seen it. We've seen those long, methodical drives. They have it in them. So now it's go back to the drawing board and start to get this thing figured out. I don't think Alabama's that far off. This didn't feel like the Florida State loss. It felt like two teams that were playing pretty good football, and Bama just made more mistakes than Oklahoma. That's it. They turned the ball over, and they got a field goal kicker that's very unreliable. But I think Ty Simpson needs to attack. You got Ryan Williams. You got Jeremy Bernard. Throw it down the field. Let these guys make plays. You're gonna be in a spot where you need them to do that. Oklahoma gives up big plays, and I didn't think, even with great numbers in the game, and Ty was by far the better quarterback in the game, even with the pick six. I think Alabama's got to just start to take that next step, and that next step is they've got to attack downfield. He's got to hit those open guys too. He hasn't been very good on the deep passes, and a lot of them have been open. He's got to do a better job of connecting on those. There's a lot of plays that he does make, but those deep balls are so important because it takes the top off of the defense. I think he's got to attack more. You know that you got to win. You got to win every game. Hey, guys, let me remind you, too, that our next big show, the Tailgate Show, is going to be at the Floribama on November 28th. That's the Iron Bowl edition, 1 to 3 on Friday. We'll be recording the radio show that goes out across the state of Alabama for that Saturday. So love to have you there. Let's get some bushwhackers and hang out. I know some of you guys, like my man Heath from Huntsville, say you're going to be there. Come on out and get that show a part of what you're doing. We'll have it on the speakers under the tent, the little tent stage in there. And could not have a better place to do Black Friday for those of you that aren't wanting to get out there and shop than the Floribama. So come hang with us on that. Here's the fourth thing. It's Kane Wommack that gets kind of beat up a little bit. You got to give the guy his due because they are figuring it out. They are figuring it out on defense. These have been some of the biggest games of the season, and it's been Bama's defense that has led the way. The offense just feels like it's just not quite there. But the defense just continues to make really big plays and bail the offense out a lot. Starting, South Carolina game was that way. Tennessee game, they did really well. LSU, they were fantastic. And then, and matter of fact, Tennessee, they were great. I mean, if you think about it, they outscored Tennessee's offense in the first half of the football game. And then in the game against Oklahoma, they, when Oklahoma was forced to drive the field, they couldn't do it on them. I know it's not conventional, but you see that Kane Wommack is making adjustments with the swarm defense, and they're paying off. Defense deserves a ton of credit right now. They're getting better and better. They're also getting healthier as the season goes on. So I think that is crucial for Alabama going down to the Plains to play Auburn in a huge Iron Bowl. And the last of the 5 is here we go again. I mean, here we are. We're back in the exact same spot that Alabama was a year ago. Win and you're in. Last year, it was Oklahoma that they had to beat. This year, it's Auburn that they have to beat. They've done everything to put themselves in position to get to the championship game. And I think if you get to the championship game one way or the other, you're going to the college football playoff. And they've got to take care of business. That's it. The players have said it. Ty said it. They just got to go out there and win. So this is with this new coaching staff, including Kalen DeBoer. They've got to kind of dig in and get it done. And it's going to be hard. This isn't a good Auburn team, but they're much better at home than they are on the road. And for Alabama, they're going to have to, just really dig in to win this football game. So I don't know. If they blow it again this year, what are people thinking about the whole deal with Coach DeBoer? I don't know. He's not on the hot seat, but if they blow this again, it starts to kind of feel like a trend. So you go out there, you get great players. The difference between winning and losing right now in the SEC is something like this. You got to go out there and get it done. This one is such a pivotal game for the program. And I'm definitely hopeful that they figure it out. Hey, guys, use that promo code Bama Tailgate, newlifeart.com. We've got the crispy screen. We got this discount for you for one more week. So if you want Caden Proctor in your business, in your man cave, and you're at home, whatever, take advantage of it right now. It's the only place you're going to get this.
In some places, football is a sport. In Alabama, it's a fine art. New Life Art is now accepting pre-orders for Daniel A. Moore's next Crimson Classic, the Crispy Screen, guys. What a name to commemorate the Fat Boys. This masterwork commemorates the screen pass to Caden Proctor that outsmarted Kirby and the Georgia defense. Proctor's catch and bulldog dozing run set up Ty Simpson's 3-yard touchdown just before the half, which was a big score for us, guys. Visit DanielMooreArt.com to see the artist's preliminary sketch and take advantage of a special pre-publication pricing for the Crispy Screen. Go ahead, get into that. Go get you one of those Caden Proctor prints. I'm super excited to get mine in because he's living a dream of all the Fat Boys. And go look up that Crispy Screen and get you one, guys.
All right, there he is, Shank, throwing out the Crispy Screen promo. And you guys, you got an opportunity to put it's right there. We don't even know what it looks like in color, but I guarantee it'll be beautiful. That was Caden Proctor's run when Alabama was taking on the Georgia Bulldogs. Hey, something else I want to tell you about for your entertainment purposes. Dee Snider from Twisted Sister, Lita Ford, they're going to be at Pearl River Resort December 27th, 8 o'clock. That's in Choctaw, Mississippi, Philadelphia, Mississippi. The Tracy Lawrence concert sold out. It was great. Scott Staff was great. You're going to want to be here for this one. That was one of my first albums, by the way. For those of you that remember the old record days, yeah. We're not going to take it. Yeah, Dee Snider. So, look, I'm going to leave that up there at Pearl River Resort. It's a great place to catch a concert. I went with Big Sexy Elmo to see Boys to Men. I guess last year. It was 2 years ago, 2024. And that was last year. I bought the first round of beer and it was like $6. These are on me. A lot different than venues. If you go, Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, you go to the amphitheater and everything's like $15. So anyway, I'm going to leave that up there. You guys check it out. I know that it's a great way to spend a little time around the holidays too, December 27th, when you're just sick and tired of the family and all that stuff. Go check out Dee Snider and Lita Ford. All right, look, that does it for the show. We got a great week of programming here on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. Jake Coker and I are going to be at Pearl River Resort this week, filming the next commercial with Jake, promoting the casino, which we love so much. So make sure that you check it out. And they got the Timeout Sports Lounge, the Vegas style sports book over there. Now's the time to go over because Bama in the polls sliding down to number 10. People kind of feeling like, hey, this team's got nothing. And I think this is when Bama's the most dangerous. Honestly, I think this is kind of what when a lot of teams are dangerous, when they're good and they lose. And all of a sudden, it's like you got to kind of get it going in the right direction again, right? So Alabama passed by Oklahoma, Notre Dame after the loss. They fall 6 spots in the top 25 of both polls. We'll know what the college football playoff rating poll is. This stuff doesn't matter, though, because you just got to win. You got to beat Eastern Illinois and you got to beat Auburn. And that's it. And if you don't, then it doesn't matter either because you're not making the playoff. So you just go take care of business and everything will work itself out just the way you want it to. All right, guys, thank you. Get in the comment section, like, subscribe, thumbs up. We'll talk to Cruz Oxenrider this week. He was supposed to be on the show and ended up with some air traffic control issues leaving the Titans game in Nashville. So he'll be on later this week. We'll hear from Shank. We'll probably talk to Jake Coker because we're going to be together this week. Chris Lowe, all that kind of just resetting everything after the loss to Oklahoma. And we'll try to figure out what Bama needs to do to kind of tighten up. Basically, that's it. Tighten up and get things done. All right. Thank you. And here's Jake Coker. Roll Tide.
I may not suit up on Saturdays anymore, but I'm still in the game.
Let's roll.
In here, I call the plays, make adjustments, and lay it on the line. Want to feel that fire, that rush? Then you've got to get in the game. I used to say it in the tunnel, and I still say it now. Let's roll.
Let's roll.
We're presented by Bod Coach, and you can tell I'm slimming up over here, and it's because of Bod Coach. This is absolutely amazing. It's your personal trainer that is with you 24/7. So when I go to hotels or when I'm on the road, I type in, "Hey, look, I got equipment. This is what I have," and it'll make a workout specifically for me, what I want, what exercises I want. When I'm at home or I'm in a hotel and there's no way I can get to the gym, it'll say, "Hey, this is what I want to work on today," and it sends you personalized workout plans. It's really awesome. And they contacted me a few weeks ago to be a spokesman. I said, "Well, I want to try this." Bod Coach is fantastic. Like, I use it all the time. I mean, and if I'm telling you, man, like, it makes working out when you are on the go like me so much better. Just because I don't always know I didn't play football at Alabama. I didn't have Scott Cochran yelling, "Yeah, yeah, yeah," and telling me what workouts to do. So anyway, I'm going to put in the body on the YouTube all about Bod Coach. Get you guys signed up there, but tell them you heard it on Bama Tailgate.
When you head to the Smoky Mountains, it's only natural to visit Sevierville.
Even we had to check it out.
And we've been here our whole lives.
Experience the adventure of a lifetime.
I'm king of the world.
Even you can get a bird's eye view of the Smokies.
You're going down, Billy. Whoa.
Your Smokies start here.